Another week, another crushing loss, another year, another crushing, heartbreaking Iron Bowl.
You are Locked On Auburn, your daily podcast on the Auburn Tigers. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Yes, welcome on into Locked On Auburn, your daily Auburn Tigers podcast. I'm your host, Zac Blackerby, and thank you so much for making Locked On Auburn your first listen every single day. We're dapping it up with Darrell Dapprich, Montgomery radio legend, joining us from the press box at Jordan Hare for, I guess, the last time this year, this season. We'll get to our thoughts on the coaching search and how this impacts it in a second. But Darrell, I'm just tired of this. I'm tired of these finding, like, we literally found another way to lose. It's the best player on our team just fumbling it in a crucial situation. It's heartbreaking. It's discouraging. I can't imagine what these players feel. It's just every week it's something different. And when the stage is the biggest, it seems like, man, you got a shot, and it's just heartbreak after heartbreak. And yeah, I mean, that's how the season ends.
A lot of different storylines. I think, first of all, we talk about Cam Coleman fumbling, but, it's nothing in the rule book says the defense can't make a stop there to keep Alabama from going up 27-20 multiple times on fourth down and on third time, and Auburn can get it done. Some self-inflicted with the roughing the passer call, going below the knees, a questionable pass interference. So whatever the reason, that game was a microcosm of Auburn's season for three storylines. Number one, can't close out a game.
Right.
Can't finish a close game. Can't do it. Number two, they hurt themselves with stupid things, whether it's undisciplined penalties, extended drives, not getting off the field, not being able to step up and make a big play, offensively or defensively. And then third, I'm going to go ahead and say it. I don't care. It's ridiculous that, again, there were some elements of officiating on that last drive with that pass interference, with non-holding calls, pushing the back, stuff that hurts you. And, yeah, they called the pass interference when Auburn had the ball driving to try to score the game-tying touchdown. But that right there, if you were to make a documentary of Auburn's football season, all of the elements were right there. And I'm just going to say this. This program, this place, the totality of these fans deserve better than this, either administration, staff, I don't care what you want to call it. 5 losing seasons in a row. Last time that happened, we had just gotten out of Pearl Harbor. Lost to Alabama for, I think, the 6th time in a row. Not to a bowl game now, 3 out of the last 4 years. There are doormat poverty programs that have had more success in the last 5 years. So If you're an Auburn fan, you deserve better than this. Yes. And I've heard it said before, losers lose. And I'm not saying these players are losers. I'm saying the direction of this program, you find ways to lose in a culture like this.
Correct.
And that's what happened. And so I'm frustrated. I'm tired of it for the fans. I'm tired of it for the players that do show up and make plays. But, at this point, something needs to be done, or let's just go play FCS football, whatever.
And obviously it's tied to a coaching search, which we'll get to more in a moment. But is that guy who can get us out of it the guy who was the coach for Auburn Saturday night, or is it someone else? I don't know. We'll see. I didn't think the officiating was as bad as most Auburn people do. I mean, Auburn got some calls as well that I think were worthy. I mean, Alabama got held, I think, for 2 holding calls. Like, when's the last time I feel like that's happened? That's pretty crazy. So I don't know. I didn't feel like it was as lopsided as some people are thinking about. That one drive was brutal, though. That one drive was brutal, and just emotionally as a defense, like getting off the field on third down, like, oh yes, and then you see the yellow flag on the field. And that happened time and time again. So that's. Can
I make a point about that? Because I think that's a good call that you say, and I think people to do a deep dive on that. It wasn't lopsided. Okay, I agree, but I've subscribed to the theory. It's not about how many, it's when. It's when. Yeah, and sure. That's what seems to be killing Auburn this year. It's when. So are they committing stupid penalties in crunch time? Yeah, They are. Xavier Atkins went at his knees. They're off the field if that doesn't happen. I was told by 5 people in the media room in the post-game press conference that he got tackled from behind. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that they are happening in crucial times. And so, yeah, maybe at the end of the day, yards total and number of penalties, I don't know. That's a small factor. I'm not saying again, it's more than one thing. It always
Right.
So, but it's frustrating. It really is.
Yeah. Alabama had 5 first downs via penalty. Auburn had 4. So close, but the timeliness does matter. Not pushing back on that at all. But I mean, it's just some of this. I mean, the Cam fumble, Omar, the ball that bounced off of Omar's chest and went into the hands of a defender. Like that to me was the game. Like I think the game totally changes if that doesn't happen, even if it's an incomplete pass. I think the game,
because you get points there. You get points if
they just have the opportunity to get points for sure.
Was Auburn -2, right, on the turnover ledger?
Yeah, I'm assuming they had 2 and we didn't have one.
And had one to get off the field and completely flip the field, and it goes right through Sylvester Smith's hands.
Oh, right.
I mean, those don't count as turnovers, but again, that's not making a stinking play. And you come in the game after having to sit out a first half because of targeting. You have an opportunity to make a game-changing play, and Auburn just doesn't. Period.
Yeah, and there was that drive. I think it was a drive where we ended up throwing the pick off of Omar's chest. But we fumbled it like 3 plays that drive, and thank goodness we either jumped on it or went out of bounds or whatever. But it's just like even when we were moving the ball, it's just like so not crisp. It's just
a lot of drops.
The stats from the game are jarring though. Like if you had told me Auburn was going to like have 411 to Alabama's 280, I'm like, oh, we won by 10. Like we won by 2 scores. Auburn 259 passing yards, Bama 122. Rushing, Auburn 152, Bama 158. Penalties is close. Auburn had 10 for 84. Bama had 8 for 87. Close. Auburn had more first downs. They were better on third down. They ran more plays. Average yards per play, 5.5 Auburn, 3.5 Alabama. Average yard per completion, Auburn 14.4, Alabama 6.4. They had the same average yards per rush. I mean, it's just.
That's amazing.
It's. If you told me all that, turnovers are big. Turnovers matter.
Not only turnovers, but stats tell a story, but stats that you don't accumulate also tell a story. Not getting the turnover, all the drop passes that may have put Auburn 460 yards of total offense, right? So there's, again, ifs and buts.
The touchdown that Malcolm scored that got called back
yes.
illegal formation.
Yes.
Yeah, that just shows up as a 5-yard penalty, but in reality, it's, you lost. Yeah. I don't know how far that was, 40, 50 yards. It was a long play.
Yeah.
How does this impact Auburn's head coaching search? That's next, right here on Locked On Auburn. Today's show brought to you by our friends at FanDuel. FanDuel is America's #1 sports book. Auburn was a 5.5-point dog on this. They did not cover. I took Auburn money line. Yikes. But if your first $5 bet hits, you get $300 to use in bonus bets throughout the app. Head over to FanDuel.com to get in on the action today. Today's show also brought to you by our friends at Game Time. Game Time is the best place to buy tickets for anything, Darrell. Auburn basketball has got some big games coming up, both in Auburn and elsewhere. If you want to get involved and cheer on Stephen Pearl and the Tigers, download the Game Time app. Use promo code LOCKEDONCalls. You get $20 off your first purchase. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. Download the Game Time app today. Thank you so much for making Locked On Auburn your first listen every single day. Auburn loses the 90th Iron Bowl, 27-20, in a game where I think there's mixed opinions on how much these last 3 games of the season should impact DJ Durkin's candidacy for Auburn's head coach.
Great point. So I would ask you the question, it's hard to tell in a fourth of a season and make an evaluation for a head coach. But did we see anything different in the last fourth of the season that we didn't see previously? Meaning we saw better offense, but did Auburn win a big game? No. Did Auburn win a close game? No.
No.
Did Auburn finish? No. Did they still commit stupid, undisciplined, silly penalties? Yes. Did they shoot themselves in the foot? The same things we talked about this in Nashville. They got to the same destination, but just took a different route. So I don't think there's anything that I saw that bowls me over that thinks that there's much of it. Did they play hard for DJ Durkin? Absolutely. But you know what? They get paid a lot of money and they're college athletes. By God, you should play hard.
Well, that's what Jake Crane always says. He's like, my washing machine tries hard.
He's right. I mean, I remember someone telling a guy that went out to the mound to take the ball, a manager for the Dodgers, and he said, I'm trying hard, coach. And he said, I can get a truck driver to try hard, throw strikes.
That's right.
So, I mean, nothing against truck drivers.
No,
so,
insert any hardworking job.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying. He was just
right.
Lasorda's worse.
So I agree with you. I'm going to be clear. Like I don't think Auburn should hire DJ Durkin. My pushback, just for the sake of conversation, because this is the pushback, is it's an interim. You know, interims are kind of naturally by the situation not put into a situation to succeed. Like, what is he supposed to do? Can you fix culture just by being the interim for a few weeks? I think the answer to that is no, but there still are some things that I would like to have seen different. There's also, I really don't want to bash DJ because I like him and I don't want to sound like I'm piling on, but I do think there's a little bit of a double standard when talking about how much like the offense being better gets accredited to DJ. And I don't know how much that's true.
Oh,
like,
I agree.
I think that, if anything, I think Nick should be getting more love.
The only credit you give to DJ for that is he got out of the way. I'm going to push back on your pushback about the culture thing. I think when you're an interim coach, it's when you talk about being put in that situation, you can either look at it as being put in a difficult situation, or you could look at it as given a tremendous opportunity. And a really dynamic, charismatic leader can change culture in 3 weeks to a month. I'm sorry, they can. They can. They can flip the switch on certain aspects of how you get followed, especially if it was old and stale and you were in the doldrums from the previous coach. Fresh blood, dynamic personality, charismatic leader, a leader that people want to follow can change culture. So I don't know if it's roster makeup or what it is that couldn't get it done, if it's a culture, but I think you better figure it out in the next 24 hours because this can't continue to happen year after year, and you better get it right. And if it means sacrificing certain players on this roster to change the culture of a winning coach, then that's what you're going to have to do.
Yes.
You just are.
Yes. And we'll have discussions on, once a coach is in place, which players, we'll have the discussion on, their likelihood to portal, our opinions on all that. But I just don't think player retention should be a part of the discussion.
I'm with you.
Or let it be part of the discussion, but don't let it be a priority.
Don't let it cost you a really good coach or somebody. I mean, there's a lot of different variables, but I agree. Player retention in this day and age with NIL. I've heard that even if you particularly say, I'm going to keep this coach to pacify the player, that certain players still may leave anyway because of more money.
Right.
So then what are you doing at that point? I mean, you have to make a decision based upon who you think the best man to lead your program is in the future and to flip this absolute horrific, embarrassing stretch. I mean,
Cohen's put himself in a tough spot because, I do think there was part of him that wanted to hire DJ, or at least was strongly considering it. Or just considering it in general. Maybe strongly is not fair, but I do think he was considering it. And I just don't think you can. From an optics standpoint, I don't think you could do it. Is that rash to say? I have a hard time seeing like what that looks like optically. If you would have done it last week or whatever, I think it's fine. I don't know if it'd be the best for Auburn, but like I think it's fine. Now it would look so rough.
The optics of it now look like you settled. It looks like you whiffed on your candidate. He got let off the hook. Another school came in and swooped him up, and you're settling. And you're settling, oh, by the way, after going 1-2. So if you lose this Iron Bowl and a new era gets ushered in tomorrow or the next day, it's a whole different feel. It's a reset. You lose this Iron Bowl and then you settle for the interim. It's as blah and as meh as I can. I mean, I'm sorry. It just is. It's a nothing burger. And it absolutely just does not do anything to excite, fire up, give hope, in my opinion, to this fan base. But I've been wrong a lot this year. So I was wrong on the coaching search. I was wrong on Auburn winning this game last night. So enough's enough. And if you've got to reset some things, knowing that some players are going to leave to usher in a new era, to flip the way this culture is and the way things are being done and just get a new, fresh voice, then that's what you have to do. By God, you have to do it, because if you hire Durkin, like you said, it looks like you're settling at this point. It's not good.
And there's a section of the Auburn fan base, and I truly don't know the percentages, but there is a percentage, and I think it's decent. Like I don't think it's like 5%. I think it's 30 or 40, maybe. Like I think it's pretty large that still wants Durkin. And their argument of don't look at the last 3 games, look at the entire body of work and what he could do as a head coach.
How do you do that? What do you base that on, though? How do you project that? I mean, I'm not being ugly, but he had a losing record at Maryland, and I get the argument that he lost his quarterback and all that. What are you projecting or basing about the body of Durkin's work? Is it Maryland? Is it a defense? Is it a defensive coordinator? Is it the last 3 games? I don't think you have enough intel or body of work to justify the hire.
Yeah.
And if we're not going to be a serious program and go for the big dogs on the porch and just, I missed on my number 1 target, let me go. Then again,
or the upside, like Alex Golish, which is the name that's popped up as we've recorded this. Like that seems to be kind of the more trendy thing, because Summerall seems to be out of it. Seems like he's going to Florida. At least you can argue for upside.
Right.
For Alex Golish. It's like, well, small sample size, but man, the small sample size at a place that doesn't have a whole lot of assets, like that's exciting.
He turned that program around. They were 2-10 4 years ago. He took the job and they won 9 games this year. So there's an upward trajectory. He's got them bowl eligible 3 years in a row.
And an offensive coordinator in the SEC. Like there's stuff that makes sense for it. And once again, like, I mean, we've done top 5 lists, and he wasn't on either of ours. Right? Was he ever on yours? I don't think he was. Yeah, he wasn't on mine either. But today, I would rather have the upside than what we've seen.
I agree 100%. Absolutely.
But we'll see. We'll see what happens. And if it is DJ, we will pull hard for DJ, and we will support DJ Durkin 100%.
Absolutely.
We will. Absolutely. Whoever Auburn's head coach is, we will be very pro them and hope they never lose a game. Right. Anything else about the Iron Bowl we need to talk about?
No.
I hate that Malcolm Simmons didn't get to have that legacy moment.
Man,
he was unbelievable.
Really, nobody benefited more from Derek Nix than Malcolm Simmons. He really
200-yard games to finish the season.
Found a way to get him the ball in space.
Doesn't take much. Take much.
But they gave him routes to run that really was suited for his strengths, and knew that he, with the ball in his hand with the open field, right, and just went off and made some plays.
To be fair, the routes that he had, not. I guess for Saturday night, Mercer, he got behind the guy and went. But he made guys miss.
Well,
and then he used that sideline when Ashton was scrambling, and he just kind of like hugged it, and they lost him. Like that wasn't even like play design. That
And
was
don't
just them
forget-
making a play.
And don't forget, he got one called back,
Right.
a touchdown call back. So he would have really had a legacy night, right? I mean, just incredible.
Yeah, I said all week like that, all of the Auburn legends that live on in Auburn lore, they've got these Iron Bowl moments, a lot of them. And he would have had the chance. He had the chance to. Wish we would have won. All right, Darrell, how can people check out everything you've got going on?
Follow me on X, DAP6410. With you on Wednesdays and Fridays. I'll be doing the Barncast tonight with you and Kyle Rush. And then we'll be with you Wednesday night from the North Carolina State game, be traveling to the desert, but we'll be with you Saturday night for the Arizona Auburn basketball game.
Yep. Please like the video. Please subscribe if you're tuned in on audio. Please subscribe, leave a review. Helps the show out a ton. We'll see you next time. This has been Locked On Auburn.